My name is Hans-Peter Lankes. I'm the Managing Director and Deputy Chief Executive of ODI Global, a leading global affairs think tank. We have the privilege of having Dr. Sidi Ould Tah with us. He is a candidate for the African Development Bank Presidency, with the election forthcoming in May. Dr. Tah is the president of the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, BADEA, a position to which he was appointed in June 2015. Prior to this appointment, he served as the Mauritanian Minister of Economic Affairs and Development. Dr. Tah, I would like to ask you some questions about your vision for the role. How can and should the African Development Bank address Africa's biggest challenges at the current juncture?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. As you know, the African Development Bank is the premier financial institution on the continent. And unfortunately, the size of the bank is not commensurate with the challenge of the continent. The only way for the bank to be able to achieve its mandate and to deliver on its mission is really to partner with peers and with international institutions, but also with the private sector. And given the volume of resources needed to deliver on the financial gap in Africa, either for the infrastructure or for the achievement of SDGs, it's become obvious that the only choice is increasing partnership, trying to crowd in resources, and bringing institutional investor and the private sector on the board.
Thank you. How will you position the African Development Bank to expand its lending capacity and at the same time unlock more private sector financing for Africa?
I do believe that the African Development Bank should not be only a lending institution, but should be able to provide a holistic solution for African development, and that can really unlock the potential of the continent. And the private sector will play a pivotal role in the achievement of the bank's mission and mandate. And the private sector should be given first predictable rules of the game, but also enforceability in terms of law and regulation. The bank should work with government to establish a conducive business environment for business to prosper. And the bank should also work with insurers and guarantee funds to put into place the right mechanism to provide the needed guarantee for foreign direct investment to invest in Africa. The private sector, the sovereign funds, the pension fund, and in general all institutional investors will only be keen to invest in Africa and to deploy resources if the regulatory framework and law enforcement are there within a conducive business environment. And the bank can really help them to mitigate the risk through the right guarantee mechanism, which will cover the various risks they are facing.
Very good. And finally, what is your top priority for the African Development Bank if elected?
My top priority is job creation, because as you know, Africa has the youngest population worldwide, and in the next 25 years, 1 person out of 4 on Earth will be African. And most of this population is made by youth. So far, we have in Africa a very high level of unemployment, and it is critical for Africa and for AfDB to create more jobs for African youth. Otherwise, security issues, instability in Africa, but also worldwide, is really threatened. My focus, if I am elected as the president of the African Development Bank, is to give a top priority for job creation.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tah. It was a privilege speaking to you.
My pleasure.